Have you ever looked at your life and wished for a dramatic transformation? We often believe that change requires grand gestures, an entirely new lifestyle, an extreme diet, or a radical shift in mindset. But what if I told you that real transformation is rooted in small, consistent changes? Psychology teaches us that lasting change isn't about force but about gradual, intentional shifts. In today's video, we will explore the science of personal transformation, how small habits, mindset shifts, and emotional resilience can create a better version of yourself. Let's embark on this journey together. Chapter 1: The Science of Habit Formation. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly maintain good habits while others struggle to make lasting changes? The secret lies not in willpower but in the way our brains are wired to follow patterns. Understanding the psychology of habit formation can help you unlock real transformation in your life. The power of small changes. Psychologist James Clear, in his best-selling book Atomic Habits, explains that habits shape our identity. The key to lasting change isn't motivation, it's routine. Motivation fluctuates, but habits, once ingrained, persist. Imagine this: if you improve just 1% every day, by the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. Sounds too good to be true? Let's look at the science behind it. The habit loop: how habits are formed. Every habit, whether good or bad, follows a three-step process known as the habit loop. Cue: a trigger that initiates the behavior, example seeing your running shoes by the door. Routine: the actual behavior or habit, example going for a morning jog. Reward: the positive outcome that reinforces the habit, example feeling energized and accomplished. By recognizing this pattern, you can intentionally design habits that support your goals and break free from those that hold you back. Identity-based change, a mindset shift. Most people focus on the outcome, I want to exercise. However, successful habit formation starts with identity-based change. Instead of saying, I want to exercise, say I am the kind of person who values movement. This small shift is powerful because our brains seek to act consistently with our identity. When you see yourself as someone who enjoys fitness, it becomes easier to choose actions that align with that identity. A real-life example: the story of James and Emma. James, a software engineer, wanted to become an early riser. At first, he relied on motivation, setting multiple alarms and forcing himself to wake up at 5 a.m. But after a few days, he found himself hitting snooze again. Then he changed his approach. He started placing his alarm across the room, pairing it with a cue: he had to physically get out of bed to turn it off, a routine: walking to the bathroom immediately, and a reward: a warm cup of coffee waiting for him. Over time, waking up early became second nature. On the other hand, Emma, a university student, struggled with eating healthier. She used an identity shift strategy. Instead of saying, I need to eat more vegetables, she told herself, I am someone who prioritizes nourishing food. She then surrounded herself with healthier options and started small, replacing snacks with fruit. Within months, her eating habits transformed effortlessly. Psychology tip: habit stacking. One of the easiest ways to build a new habit is through habit stacking, attaching a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already drink coffee every morning, add 5 deep breaths before your first sip. If you brush your teeth every night, follow it with a few minutes of stretching. By linking new habits to established routines, they become second nature more quickly. The key takeaway: lasting change doesn't happen overnight. It happens in small, consistent steps. By understanding the habit loop, shifting your identity, and using habit stacking techniques, you can reshape your life effortlessly. So, what's one small habit you can start today? Drop it in the comments below and let's grow together. Chapter 2, Overcoming the Fear of Failure. What if I told you that failure isn't something to be feared, but rather embraced? Think about it, every great success story you've ever heard was built on a foundation of failures. Yet, so many of us let the fear of failure hold us back from even trying. Why? Because we've been conditioned to see failure as an end rather than a beginning. Neuroscience research shows that failure plays a critical role in shaping our brains. Each time we make a mistake, our neural pathways adjust, helping us learn and grow. The more we fail, the more we develop resilience and problem-solving skills. In other words, setbacks are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones to success. The power of reframing failure. Most people believe that success and failure exist on opposite ends of a spectrum. But the truth is, failure is a prerequisite for success. Some of the most successful figures in history have endured countless failures before reaching greatness. Small blue diamond Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he simply said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Small blue diamond Oprah Winfrey was once fired from her first television job because she was told she wasn't fit for TV. Instead of giving up, she used that rejection as fuel to build one of the most influential media empires in history. Small blue diamond J.K. Rowling faced rejection from 12 different publishers before one finally took a chance on Harry Potter. Imagine if she had stopped at rejection number 11. Growth versus fixed mindset. The way we perceive failure largely depends on our mindset. According to psychologist Carol Dweck, people with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are set in stone. When they fail, they take it as proof that they're not good enough. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," they reframe it as, "I can't do this yet." This simple shift in thinking can dramatically change how we approach obstacles in life. Practical exercise: learn from failure. Take a moment to reflect on a recent failure. Instead of asking yourself, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What did this teach me?" Write down one lesson from that experience and how you can apply it moving forward. This small practice can turn every failure into a stepping stone for future success. Final thoughts. The fear of failure is natural, but it doesn't have to control your life. When you start viewing failure as a necessary part of growth, you unlock your true potential. So, the next time you hesitate because you're afraid of failing, remember this: the only real failure is not trying at all. Chapter 3, Emotional Resilience and Self-Compassion. Have you ever found yourself trapped in a cycle of self-criticism, believing that being harsh on yourself will push you to do better? What if the real key to lasting change wasn't willpower, but self-compassion? Studies in psychology suggest that treating yourself with kindness in moments of struggle is far more effective than self-criticism. When we judge ourselves too harshly, our brains release stress hormones like cortisol, making it even harder to break free from negative habits. But when we practice self-kindness, we create an internal environment where resilience and growth can truly flourish. The power of self-talk. Think about the way you speak to yourself when you make a mistake. Would you tell a close friend, "You're such a failure, you'll never get better"? Of course not. You would likely encourage them, saying, "It's okay, mistakes happen. You're learning and growing." Yet, when it comes to ourselves, we often adopt a cruel inner dialogue. Shifting this self-talk from criticism to compassion rewires our brains for resilience. Take the example of Michael, a young entrepreneur who failed in his first startup. Initially, he berated himself, saying he wasn't cut out for business. But after learning about self-compassion, he started changing his mindset. Instead of dwelling on failure, he reframed it as a learning experience. 2 years later, his second business thrived because he applied the lessons from his first failure instead of letting it define him. The 90-second rule. Neuroscientist Jill Bolte Taylor discovered that emotions only last for about 90 seconds unless we continue to fuel them with negative thoughts. That moment of anger, disappointment, or embarrassment. It's temporary unless you keep replaying it in your mind. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause. Take a deep breath. Acknowledge the emotion, but don't let it control you. Imagine waves in the ocean. Each emotion rises and falls, but they don't last forever. A simple practice, the Compassion Journal. If you want to rewire your brain for positivity, try keeping a compassion journal. Every night, write down one kind thing you did for yourself that day, no matter how small. Did you take a break when you needed one? Did you speak to yourself with kindness? Over time, these small acts of self-compassion accumulate, reshaping the way you treat yourself. The takeaway. Emotional resilience isn't about never feeling pain or disappointment, it's about how we respond to those emotions. Self-compassion is not about making excuses but about giving yourself the grace to grow. So the next time you stumble, remember, speak to yourself as you would a friend, let go of emotions that no longer serve you, and celebrate the small victories. Change isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up for yourself, every single day. Chapter 4, The Power of Visualization and Affirmations. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve success effortlessly while others struggle despite working just as hard? The secret often lies not just in action but in mindset. Visualization and affirmations are two powerful psychological tools that high achievers, athletes, entrepreneurs, and performers use to shape their reality. When you consistently visualize your success and reinforce it with positive affirmations, your brain begins to believe it, making your goals feel more attainable and natural. The science behind visualization. Neuroscience research has shown that when you vividly imagine an action, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were physically performing it. This is why elite athletes mentally rehearse their victories before stepping onto the field. For example, Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps was known for visualizing every stroke of his race before even diving into the water. By the time he competed, his mind had already lived through the moment of success hundreds of times, making it second nature. Guided imagery. Close your eyes and picture yourself achieving your biggest goal. Where are you? What are you wearing? How do you feel? The more details you add, the more powerful the effect. Imagine the applause, the emotions, the sense of accomplishment. Make it real in your mind. Mental rehearsal. Studies have shown that people who practice visualization improve their performance almost as much as those who physically practice. Whether it's giving a speech, acing a job interview, or running a marathon, rehearsing mentally strengthens your confidence and preparedness. The power of daily affirmations. Words shape our reality. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'll never succeed," your brain accepts it as truth. But when you reframe your thoughts with empowering affirmations, you begin to shift your self-image and confidence. Affirmation shift. Instead of saying, "I am bad at public speaking," try, "I am learning to express my ideas clearly and confidently." Instead of, "I'll never be successful," Say, I am constantly growing and learning. Your brain registers these words, creating new neural pathways that reinforce a more positive self-perception. Real-life example, Oprah Winfrey, one of the most successful women in the world, credits affirmations and visualization for her achievements. She consistently visualized herself as a powerful speaker and media mogul, even when she was just a struggling news anchor. Her belief in herself paved the way for her future success. How to make visualization and affirmations work for you. Start your day with visualization. Every morning, take a few minutes to imagine yourself living your ideal life. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and immerse yourself in that vision. Use a vision board, collect images and words that represent your dreams and goals. Place them somewhere visible to keep your aspirations at the forefront of your mind. Say 3 affirmations daily. Stand in front of a mirror and declare 3 positive statements about yourself. It may feel awkward at first, but over time, it will reprogram your subconscious beliefs. Conclusion: shaping your reality. Success starts in the mind. By incorporating visualization and affirmations into your daily routine, you are actively programming your brain for achievement. The key is consistency. Just as negative self-talk can hold you back, positive reinforcement can propel you forward. Start today. Visualize your success, affirm your worth, and watch your life transform. Conclusion: becoming the best version of you. Transformation isn't about waking up one day and suddenly becoming a different person. It's about the small, intentional choices you make every single day. True change happens gradually, through consistent action, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth. Throughout this journey, we've explored the science of habits, the power of overcoming fear, the importance of self-compassion, and the incredible impact of visualization. Each of these psychological tools serves as a building block to creating the life you desire. But here's the real secret: the best version of you is not some distant goal, it's someone you become in the process of striving for growth. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Every step forward, no matter how small, takes you closer to the summit. A powerful story. Consider Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." What if he had given up after the first few failures? The world might never have had the light bulb. Like Edison, your setbacks are not signs to quit, they are proof that you are learning, adapting, and growing. Your challenge. Right now, think of one small habit you can start today. Maybe it's drinking more water, reading for 5 minutes before bed, or practicing gratitude each morning. No step is too small as long as it moves you forward. Drop a comment below and let me know, what's one habit you're committing to today? If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. See you in the next video.